What up? This is Bar Judah. And this is Shed Some Light, where I give insight on things that ain't right, at least in my opinion. Mondays and Thursdays. Thank you for giving me a like, and don't forget to sub. Much love. Let's get into it. And here we go. All right. It is your boy James Bar Judah. How you guys doing on today? This is another installment of Shed Some Light. Today we're going to be talking about a young gentleman who's going to be giving a TED Talk on holding grudges and forgiveness. His name is Matias Wiebe. Let's go ahead and hear what the young man has to say.
Have any of you ever made a mistake? How about held a grudge? Who has ever regretted holding that grudge? Hello, my name is Matias Wiebe, and I'm in 8th grade. Today I will be talking about a very interesting cycle that happens in everyone's everyday life. I call this cycle the MGR cycle, aka mistakes, grudges, regrets. Everyone makes mistakes. Some mistakes are bigger than others. Some mistakes require more effort for forgiveness. Some mistakes change the course of our lives, but we never realize how others' mistakes shape our lives, and we won't be able to forgive until we understand that. When I was little, my dad wasn't there for me, and as a kid, that broke my heart. As I got older, I started to realize that if he hadn't have made those mistakes, I wouldn't be who I am today. Today, I consider myself a happy, energetic, passionate person. Now, my dad and I have a better relationship. But if in the past I hadn't have known that if he made a mistake and I held a grudge on him, I would regret it, I wouldn't be here talking about it today. The best of the best make mistakes. And yes, it's hard to forgive, but do you really want to hold a grudge on someone for the rest of your life? Why? Why do we hold grudges when they're really hard to deal with and most of the time work against what we really want? Why do we hurt ourselves even more? Why is it so hard to move on and let go? Most importantly, how can we move on and let go? Now, there are a few ways to let go. We could acknowledge the problem, figure out what made us hold that certain grudge, because you can never fully fix a problem if you don't understand it. After you understand the problem, it'll make it much easier. It'll still be hard, just not as hard as before. Another thing you could try is sharing your feelings. And now I know this is something a counselor would say.
One of the common things that we say here in my house is that you can't fix something if you don't know that it's broke. So I can understand, if you're talking about it, letting your emotions be known, and then you can be able to hear what you're actually thinking about and be able to judge for yourself. Man, is this something that's legitimate, or is this something that I am making a mountain out of a molehill? Let's continue to hear what Matias has to say.
But it's true. Sometimes the best thing to do is to literally let it go and talk out all of your feelings. This may also not fully fix the problem, but at least the situation won't be as tense anymore. A few other things you could try are to switch places, don't dwell on it, take the positive, and accept it. Lastly, and my personal favorite, to forgive. Now, many people get confused on this one. To forgive is not to forget. It's just to understand that nobody is perfect and everyone will make mistakes. Out of this list, forgiveness is probably the hardest, especially if the person caused you a lot of hurt and pain. But it's the only one to truly let go of all of the hatred inside of you. When someone hurt...
All right, we're going to go ahead and stop the video there. The young man is pretty wise for his years. He was saying that he was having some issues with his father. Now they have gotten better. He was saying that those issues with his father has made him into the man he is today. How awesome would it be if we in our older years can be as wise as this 8-year-old man-child in this video? Let me go ahead and read some things for you guys here. This is an article on holding grudges and forgiveness. If you want the article, I'll go ahead and put it in the description of this video, but let me read it here. Most of us have been screwed over at least once in our lives, and we carry those grudges to this day. Forgiveness for the person who caused you pain doesn't seem like a viable option, and we hold onto the resentment. But we don't know we don't comprehend but what we don't comprehend is that those grudges are holding us back in our own lives. Sure, the reason for holding on to grudges makes sense to you, considering how much they hurt you and how you want them to feel that wrath. You want them to be accountable for their actions, but is it really worth it? Jeopardizing your own happiness. All right. I thank you guys for joining me on today. I'm going to read 6 things here that can help us. Here are 6 reasons why you should let go of grudges and experience happiness. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it with you guys. All right. Number 1, life is better without hatred. Life isn't fair, but it definitely isn't easy. Instead of minimizing your happiness with hatred, completely eliminate the toxic feeling. Your life will improve for the better, and it could possibly save you from future problems. More than anything, when you move hatred aside is when you make room for positivities. Grudges don't benefit you. When you hold a grudge, you're granting that person consistent presence in your life. Keeping them consistently in your thoughts means keeping them alive and reliving those horrible moments. The best way to move on is to let go of the grudges, and you'll be free from the past. Holding on, number 3, holding on to anger could hurt your heart. When you bottle up your anger, you are letting it affect your physical health. A study published by the American Heart Association suggested that high levels of anger may increase the risk of coronary heart disease. When you repress those negative feelings, you are also prone to high blood pressure. Don't nobody want that. Number 4, letting go of grudges help you sleep better. If you find yourself sleeping irregularly, it's possibly because of the grudges you're holding. A study conducted in 2015 found people who let go of resentment they encounter less people who let go of resentment they encountered get better sleep quality, among other health perks. Yes, when you stop holding on to resentment, you catch up on disease. A lot of people want that. Number 5, holding on to resentments causes stress. Look at this guy here. He looks stressed out. When you hold on to grudges, you are consistently thinking about the events that caused you pain. This bitterness and anger can cause high levels of stress and increase heart rate. The only way to reduce stress is to forgive the person who hurt you so you experience lower physiological stress responses. And last but not least, we have forgiveness strengthens your social bonds. Forgiveness benefits your relationship with forgiveness benefits your relationship with your partner, your loved ones, and your family. If there are some unresolved issues, for forgiveness or be the one who forgives. When you let go of the resentment, your relationship becomes stronger and the quality of the bond you share improves. Now, folks, I understand that it might be hard to let go and let God and, cast all your burdens, all your cares unto Him so that your life can be lived more abundantly, that you would have joy unspeakable. joy that you can't even explain why you're happy, because you don't even necessarily know where it comes from, because it comes from God and you're not really able to articulate that. It's hard to do that when we hold on to grudges, or we hold on to the past, or we hold on to experiences that are keeping us down and keeping us from moving forward. I'm here today to go ahead and encourage myself and encourage everybody out there to, and here to shed some light on forgiveness and how freeing it is to do so. Let's go ahead and see what the Bible has to say about all of this. And hopefully that will further shed some light. And then we're going to get out of here. And this, again, has been another installment. I thank you for your likes. I thank you for your comments. And I thank you for sharing. Let's go ahead and read this last little piece of information. Let you guys get on about your day. All right. So Ephesians 4:31-32 admonishes us to do this. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. Matthew 6:14-15 says, For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will forgive you. Romans 12:17-21. Recompense to no man evil for evil, providing things honest in the sight of all men. Mark 11:25. And when you stand praying, forgive ye. And when ye stand praying, forgive, if ye have aught against any, that your Father also which in heaven may forgive you. So if you want forgiveness, you have to forgive. Now, as the young man said, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. But at the same time, the memory doesn't mean, or holding on to that memory doesn't mean that you can no longer allow that person to be involved in your life. You just you gotta set your boundaries. You gotta let them know what it is that, speaking out to them. They didn't know where it is that they hurt you, and maybe even asking forgiveness from them from what you might have hurt them on, and, working on restoring relationships. All right, you guys, I appreciate you once again for coming along the ride on today for Shed Some Light. I appreciate you all. Hopefully you come back again. If I did not shed some light on today, maybe you'll come back next time and it would happen then. Once again, I appreciate you. You guys have a awesome, blessed day.